Yo, yo, yo! What's going on, guys? I know it's been a while. I've been busy, been real busy. Matt's been taking care of the group, which has been amazing. Thank you, Matt. Also, we made it a rule that we would not wear singlets or tank tops or muscle shirts, whatever you want to call them, on these videos. So, sorry about that, Matt, but it is hot. It is so hot in here. Anyway, okay, so I want to dive right into this and give as much value to you as possible. We've been doing really well. Straight up, we've been doing really well. And we made about 15 sales already in the first week of January. It's been great. We got about a 60% close rate, and we made a lot of changes. And we were worried because we were originally doing a two call close, like triage, and then a close call, and now we're doing just a one call close. So it's just been me closing for the most part, and Matt has been doing so much work behind the scenes doing email flows, all kinds of email marketing. It's been insane, making my job so much easier. But today I want to talk about all of the stuff that I've changed on the call that I believe has resulted in a higher close rate. So let's dive right in. No fluff. Let's get into it. So the first thing is starting off the call by saying, I don't know if we can help you yet. That was a game changer for me. So just to give you a tiny bit of background, the niche that we're working with predominantly they don't have a lot of money, and they're very scared to lose it. So they're very afraid of being scammed. Obviously, like anyone, they're kind of afraid of salespeople. And I was realizing that I just wasn't connecting with my prospects in the way that I needed to. They weren't opening up. They weren't giving me their feelings, that type of thing. I wasn't getting enough emotion. So I realized I need to do something. I need to do something to disarm them, to open them up. So I started saying at the beginning of the call, hey, just so you know, the first part of this call, pretty basic. It's just getting an understanding of like where you are now, where you want to be, and if we can even help you get there. If you decide that at the end of the call, hey, this is potentially something I want to do, then at the end we can talk about possible next steps. But for now, it's just all about you. You cool with that? And they're like, oh, yeah, okay, great. Well, and then I go, so tell me, Jessica, what prompted you or what inspired you to reach out to us? And it just gives them this sense of he's not going to sell me. He actually cares. He wants to understand my situation before he tries to pitch me. And it was just a massive game changer. People just started opening up like crazy. I had this one dude was telling me all about his relationship with his dad, and I was like, what happened? Like, I went from people being brick walls giving me one word answers to them opening up incredibly. So depending on the niche, that's a game changer. Just saying, I don't know if we can help you yet. And you don't want to seed too much doubt with that. It really does. It depends on the niche because we've worked with other companies, and using that line has had negative effects. You just need to be careful. But for this one, works great. Number two, I've actually started focusing on selling on the vacation, not so much the pain. So helping them to leave the world they're in now and enter the world they want to. And this sounds a bit strange because sales is one of those things that's ever evolving for me. And it's actually very humbling to realize the more I know, the more I realize I actually don't know that much, which what are you going to do? I've always said that you sell on pain because leaving pain is more motivating than going after desire. But what I'm realizing with this niche is the pain is just too much. They're already coming on the call depressed. I don't need to go into their pain because it's so apparent. What I want to do is get them thinking in a positive momentum type way so that they believe in themselves enough to take action to be able to get out of the situation they're in. So the majority of the people that I speak to are in their 9 to 5s. They've never ran a business before. They want to start their first business. So pulling them down even further is just not what I want to do. So selling on pain is just not very effective with this niche. They just end up depressed. So if you can imagine, beforehand they weren't opening up to me. I was going into their pain so much. They just didn't like me very much. Whereas now I'm coming from a place of, I don't know if we can help you just yet. We really want to, but I need to know more. And then building them up and talking about what life is going to be like. And they're getting excited and they associate good things with speaking to me. So I'm selling on the vacation, not so much the pain. And that means you have to find their vacation. And sometimes they give you BS answers. Yesterday, I asked the lady what she would do. Like, I was like, okay, so if you're making 15, 20K, what are you going to do with that money? And she was like, invest in real estate. And I was like, oh, really? Like, where are you looking at investing in real estate? And she's like, oh, I don't know. And I realized she gave me the answer that she thought she was meant to say. The real answer was she wanted like really nice handbags and she wanted to go on vacation with her kids. So I had to like figure out, is this person actually telling me the truth? Are they giving me the real vacation, or are they giving me the answer they think they're meant to give? But sell on the vacation, not so much the pain with this niche. That's something that I changed. It's been amazing. Number three, sell on commitment. I just need to get a deposit. So a lot of the sales that I've been doing, for example, today I had a guy, he paid yesterday only $500, right? Only paid $500. Then this morning he paid $3,500. Whereas yesterday there was no way. There was no way he could pay 4,000. He didn't have the accessibility. So I could have left it and been like, okay, man, cool, all good, pay tomorrow, we'll get you sorted. Bad idea, especially with this niche, because they are, once again, they don't have that entrepreneurial mindset that they are going to be able to have this conversation again with themselves and like pep themselves up. I need to get them to commit on the call, and that's just the case with like every niche, to be honest. Like, it's just the human condition where we get off the call as a prospect and suddenly we think of all the reasons why we can't do it. And actually, that's a huge thing. That we changed the invoice. I would love to pull that up. Let me see if I can pull that up super fast. Maybe I have it in a shortcut. Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. I love when things work out. This is what we changed the invoice to. Here's your invoice. Sometimes our minds make us think, what if it doesn't work out? But we encourage you to think for a moment, what if it does work out? We're excited to help you achieve everything you want in this life. Have a great evening, Recruiter Empire team. So actually, massive shout out to Chris Morrison for this line. He literally has it tattooed on his hand, like, what if it does work out? And I love that. I love that so much. So changing, that'd be number five, actually. Changing this invoice to be something that when they're reading it and they're about to make the decision to pay, I've got a message there that's encouraging them to think, what if this does work out? And I think that has helped a lot too. So just a massive change in momentum, focusing on more positive than anything. But yeah, that's cool. I just thought of that. But on this, we're selling on commitment. We just need to get them to make a commitment to get a deposit off them. So even if that's $500, $1,000, they don't have to pay the whole thing, but I need to get them to make a commitment. So what if you're struggling with your sales, like with your close rate, just don't go for the whole thing if you can't get it, but get something. You've got to get something on the call. You've got to get just a few $100s down even, because someone who's put a few $100s down is so much more likely to actually pay. And there's various ways to do this. I mean, it depends, right? It depends on your situation. Maybe you have limited spots. Maybe you don't have limited spots, but you only ever close 10 people a week. Well, then you can say, hey, we only take on 10 people a week. Because it's true, right? If you only take on 10 people a week, who cares whether it's like a limit or whatever? If you genuinely only close like 10 people a week, and that's the max, then you can use that and say, hey, we only actually take on 10 people a week. If this is something you genuinely want to do, like if you don't want to do it, then end the conversation, like you don't do it. But if you genuinely believe this is going to help you get to XYZ, then what we can do is we can just put down a deposit that's going to secure your spot. That way you don't miss out. And then we can cover the rest tomorrow, or you can move money around and we can talk about it in a couple of days. Would that help you? And they're like, yeah, amazing. And so they're committing because of the scarcity and the urgency. And that's the thing. That's like Hormozi 101. If you don't have some kind of external urgency and scarcity, and honestly, it tends to create a lot of pressure that you don't want. Use ethical urgency and scarcity. Huge tip right there. Do that. Full transparency. What we've been doing for the deposit is we've been running a New Year's promo, and we said we're only taking on a certain amount of people for this discount. And so we've been able to use that, and that's been real urgency and scarcity to get them to make a decision because they see it as saving money. But whether it's saving money or saving their spot or not losing out, you need something. So definitely get a deposit. Way better than not getting something and then trying to pick it up again the next day. Chances are they might ghost you because they're scared now. And then the fourth thing, I know I'm kind of gone 10 minutes now, but the fourth thing was to just detach, like just to stop caring so much. In December, since we were doing that damn 100K challenge, I really got in my head and I was like, oh, it's public, everyone's watching. And I was too attached to the sale, and as much as I tried to detach, I just couldn't. So what actually helped me to detach was I was just bad sleep, man. I woke up and I was doing sales. I got like very little sleep and I just woke up and I was like, I don't care. Like honestly, I'm just so tired. And I just must have come across as like really detached. And then all of a sudden, bang, 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 made like 4 sales. And I was like, wow, something's going on here. So I've kind of just replicated that. I have come across as detached. I don't seem like I want them to buy. Of course, I want them to buy. I want them to change their life. It's an amazing program. However, on the call, I'm very relaxed. I'm very reserved. I'm not like this where I'm excited and whatnot. I'm just very relaxed, very reserved. I'm like, hey, if you don't think it's going to work, like, don't do it. Don't do it. And then all of a sudden they're like, what? No, I want to do it. Humans are such interesting creatures, man. Anyway, those are the 4 things. Please use any of this that's going to help you. Just take things with a grain of salt, though. I'm telling you the biggest changes that we made that resulted in a 60% close rate for this niche. Not every niche is the same, so like consult your doctor before implementing this stuff, man. Just be careful out there. All right, peace. Love you lots. Keep being ethical. Keep selling and keep being sexy.